Here's a Joy.
Yeah, it's...
I would just curl up right now. Just
Do you go
curl up.
Valen?
You go Aurora. Sushin. I don't know about that. It's a safe mage. You can kite back away from all of the engage tools. Be relatively safe with the shielding of the Crimson Beacon. But you're playing to survive, not to win. So, especially against the Kimmy, man, like the wave clear situation, the initial level 1 to 3 2v2s, EVOS are gonna have a field day.
The range is also so big from Kimmy.
And
right? How are you gonna be able to clear?
Yeah. And Granger.
And Granger.
Kimmy, Granger, and then the finish from Joy, and then the Baksha, Terizla protecting the Kimmy Granger. It's... Oh man, I think this is going to be 2-0.
I think so too. Considering the options here, DEWA can only really win if they play the macro game, but they haven't really shown a lot of that potential either. So we'll have to see if this Moskov can go for that split push angle, if DEWA can kite back as reliably as they need to.
So can the White Tigers end the season on a good note? Will they be able to claim their 2-0 as their final dance, their final bow of MPL ID Season 15. Game number 2 is upon us, and we're going straight into the land of Dawn now for that matchup. The final dance as well for DEWA. Can they turn it around, or will this just be a clean 2-0 for the White Tigers?
If DEWA somehow turn it around, my lord, do they have elite players, because wow, yikers. I don't know. Looking at their composition again. Juicin Moskov. Moskov gets like 11 minutes maybe. Juicin damage, not really. Even the MPL Garuda man is just flying by right now. He's like, wait, guys, you wanna, think about it again? Just, all right.
Oh, geez. There. But yeah. Here it is, game number 2 between EVOS and DEWA United, with a very interesting lineup coming in from DEWA. Can we expect them to turn this around and force a game number 3?
They've been on the odds before, never say never in Season 15. But looking at this here, Spencer trying his best to be aggressive with Toshikesu in the area. Suelo's gonna be careful when his backup really isn't in position.
Suelo.
Ooh, revitalize.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't expect this for the first few seconds. I thought that the Kimmy would have a little bit of a better time in the lane. I mean, considering that Suelo was alone, he was positioned really forward.
Yeah, and Key also, I think he was helping with the clear early on. That's why he wasn't really present for the level 1 skirmish, the level 1 duel of the mid laners. Looking at the emblems by IndyHome, Inspire on Rez and Itoshikesu. It's all about making the plays happen, man. They have the fighters this time. They might want to try and use that to try to pressure Albert in the jungle. Again, easier said than done. It is though, Albert.
Albert going back in. A lot of damage. Electrifying Beast coming down as well. Toshikesu forced to flicker out despite Ray being there. A taunt coming down. Reggie swinging the hammer. Now also Key joining the fight, but doesn't have to revitalize. The Praisers rat dodge away from a jump in. Key, no revitalize in the fight earlier. But look at the damage. Itoshi falling down. 1-1.
Okay, we have a roamer traded. Wait a second, Suelo!
Dude, Suelo.
What?
No Purify. Second time. What? Huh?
He is disrespecting DEWA right now, just walking up like that with all the crowd control tools available. There was no need to even do that. He has the range advantage, technically. Now DEWA are going to get the control. They're going to get the first turtle. Already a good start for them, a bad start for EVOS.
Bro, I will go as far as to say that 2 of the last fights have all been on Suelo. That fight earlier was a win by DEWA because they didn't have Revitalize on Key, which was baited out because of Suelo, and then he got picked off.
That's exactly it, man. The Revitalize is a super valuable tool in the early game just because of the base healing. Before even talking about the max HP scaling, Key there on a pick that can't really make the plays happen too fast, too excitingly. Can't really capitalize on Azura moving forward aggressively there.
We're looking at the audience prediction now by GoPay. 67% though. As another rotation comes in from Key.
Traction pulse in the back now. Erlan looking for the shot. Albert able to find the kill. He's going to be pinned down under the wall now. Albert next one beats over to Spencer. Good spear of misery. Ray gets the appraiser's draft. Key gets away. 1-for-1. Roam for XP.
And roam for XP is worth it for DEWA, man. Ray was kind of low, but he's gonna still be able to fight back here. Trying to get his hands onto Albert. But Albert did a great job as well, deciding when he's gonna go in aggressively. Ooh. In the invades here for DEWA, man. They want to try and find more moments like that, but EVOS are doing a great job just matching the wave presence. Whoa.
Swalo, the Purify, Traction Pulse 2, able to survive in the mid lane. But no Purify for the next turtle.
Okay, that was a 1v3 situation though, right? So he did burn the Flicker, the Purify. That's going to be information over for DEWA to perhaps look for an opportunity, but there were resources also baited from the side of DEWA. Considering both of these teams want to look for a 1-up in this next neutral objective, it does make sense. We do see a rotation coming from Key to try and punish Rez or look for an upper hand onto Rez. Not going to be able to do it, but go in for the faster clear as they're going to be able to get that faster setup too. Looks like EVOS want to contest for the objective.
Looking at it. Equal levels for both junglers here as Key hangs on to that turtle. Rez trying to force him off it. Will be able to do so.
Traction Pulse not landing, but a penalty zone does land, but it's only onto Rez. Electrifying Beast in the back line as Albert is able. Oh, Ski Actu takes a kill. Toshikesu! Gunned down by Erlan. Ray zoned away by Key with the Puissance. Free turtle, but Azura gets a few shots on the turret up top.
That's a 2-man down situation as well for the side of DEWA, so still something that EVOS can take home and carry now that Erlan is going to be able to actually look for a counterplay onto the gold shield as well. Trying to look for more of an advantage, considering that it will take Azura a little bit more time to get to the power spike as compared to the Granger.
Now for DEWA though, again, they have the damage available. We've seen them take out members of EVOS, but they can't really take out the front lines right now, especially if the Revitalize is available. But DEWA's gonna... Ooh, Ray?
Gets away with the red tree.
Very bold, they're moving forward. Tsunami Slam.
Reggie gonna be chain CC'd under the turret. Walked up a bit too aggressively and Ray gets the kill back.
So as I say, that they can't be a frontline pickoff from DEWA. They bring the turret into the equation, and they're able to do so. It's going to be a conceal as well.
This crack and a pin down, but Erlan still free hitting in the back line. Toshikesu doesn't have Tsunami Slam, but it's a 3v5 in the bottom lane. Albert gets a turret up top. Erlan! Oh! Gets a shot on Toshikesu.
He has a Sky Piercer now already, right? So those are the stacks that are going to be building up for Erlan. Should be able to get a little bit more power in the mid-game. That's Ray in the bush onto Swalo.
Traction Pulse, Ray's going to be caught, man. He's not an assassin. Won't be able to get Swalo down. Erlan picks up his second sack on that Sky Piercer.
Okay, things are getting very messy between these two teams. Spencer alone, 1v3. Not sure if he actually wants to go for the commitment onto that. Luckily, he goes for the disengage. But as a general check-in, Arashi, who has been holding on the control?
I think at this point it has to be EVOS. They're the ones who dictate where they can actually move forwards. DEWA are just trying to punish as much as possible. But if you notice, the only times they're able to do so in this early to mid game is with the turret helping them out to take out the frontliners. Just conceding control here. EVOS trying to go for the turtle.
Rez looking for an angle again. Ray wants to get in there, but look at that front line. Zoning him away, perfect. Easy turtle, not perfect for EVOS, 2-1.
Okay, we did see some movements coming in from Azura in the bottom lane, but it wasn't enough to take down the turret anyway. So technically there's been no trade from DEWA. 2,000 gold lead. Albert now has a Holy Crystal. Things are working in favor of EVOS. And don't forget the 2 stacks onto Erlan that might just keep growing.
And on top of that, Azura has been left alone for a prolonged period of time, but he's still like 700 gold below. Oh, look at the damage!
Free kill. The Traction Pulse sets him down for an easy shot. Another stack for Erlan and another gun for Erlan.
Toshikesu trying to stop Reggie though. Azura trying to escape, but Erlan's in the area.
Whoa, whoa!
Uh-oh, Purify out from Airline. Now penalty zone! Azura forced to flicker out. The re-engage from EVOS. Look at the back line. Albert jumping in. Electrifying beats into the back line. Azura still there. Tsunami Slam! Albert kills him in the air! Key with the dive in with the shield into the attraction post. Pulls him back. Sway low! Gunning them down. Spencer, the only member left standing.
Okay, I thought he wasn't taken down in that, but he was. That's a 4-for-1 trade. Super worth it for EVOS, and that's why, right? The first happenings of that was Spencer getting taken down in the mid lane, and we were wondering why the Jushin pick into this composition. The lack of range has made it very difficult for Spencer to have an impact in the game, and this pincer move coming from EVOS was just so brilliant.
It's great that Albert was able to proc the electrifying beats before the Tsunami Slam comes in. So he was doing damage even though he was getting crowd controlled. And overall, there's just not enough burst damage for DEWA to be a real threat. So even if Albert is in the front line, he knows that when he gets taunted, there's going to be time for his team to respond or for him to actually get out with the outplay. It's going to be a lord check from EVOS right here. DEWA are trying to go for that split, but they can't pressure.
No, definitely not. Again, Rez walking up on the Sway Low, goes for it, fist crack too, but there's no one there. Oh, Sway Low just having a blast there. Ray against everybody. Albert there, Traction, Pulse, and Airline gets a double kill.
What are they doing? 2-for-0 trade. They wanted to go. Did they want to commit to the 50-50?
Oh, Azura!
He stopped it!
He could have recalled. Uh-oh! Key has high-fived him. The SOD lands. He gets away for a bit, but man, you cannot run from Airline's Sky Piercer.
Everything is going wrong for DEWA United in this second game. We thought maybe a fighting chance as we got into the early start, but at this point, things are just getting out of control.
Everything cascading down for DEWA right now. EVO's back at an 8.5k gold lead. And again, they have the better siege, they have the better front line. Taunt.
Airline still has Purify. Oh, Reggae! Penalty zone. Spencer gets the shutdown, but Albert will run wild on him. Tsunami Slam, but it's Itoshi Kesu who'll be burning. Oh my lord, he gets away with a sliver of health.
As Airline finally shut down though. Funny turn of events for that to happen. 7k gold lead. It has shrunken a little bit, but with the two members available, can they stop the Lord?
Oh man. Oh, damage, Albert! That was a magic trick. You see him, you blink, and he's gone. GG EVOS 2-0 clean sweep.
Finding their revenge here in leg number 2, the White Tigers finally show their fangs as their final performance here at MPL ID Season 15. No playoff run. So this is the last we'll be seeing of the White Tigers. And luckily for them, they're going to close it out